December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2, Boxing Day. Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. Manfred von Karma. That is... he's got karma in his name. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution. Right? A god. Not a single case. He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Hey! Sounds like you. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. He looks happy. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me. 20 times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what a bad timing. I thought it was Mia who controlled it, not Maya. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Oh boy, we have very, very little to go on here. Even if we believe... I don't even know who it is, because I mean, I'm not smart usually to figure this out. But anyways, actually, usually it's a bit more obvious in these cases. Oh boy, there he is. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh boy, Karma. Karma's a bitch. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first one to make that joke. Why do you keep grabbing your left arm like you're having a heart attack? Oh my god, my heart's about to explode. Dude, he really looks like he's having a heart attack. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. I can't do voices, I got nothing. It would just be a Miles Edgeworth, just slightly weirder. You seriously think that I would stand here? Were I not completely prepared? I can't go deeper. My voice acting is terrible. Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. I mean, all my voices pretty much sound like me with different pitches, so whatever. Very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call the first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I called the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Alright, Gumshoe, you're a witness now. Describe the incident. Now! Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. That was fast. It went towards the boat rental shop. Oh man, this reminds me of a really old style game for some reason. Graphically, I'm trying to think what era it would be. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Overhead map added to the court record. That does not help me right now. Testify to the court about your arrest. Now! Wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Oh, Jesus! He's doing the Edgeworth head shake. Did he even pick up mannerisms? Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. The arrest of Edgeworth. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But, the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. 30 minutes later is way too fast. Who called? I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now! I questioned the 30-minute thing, but what do I know? Man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. You received a call from a man? Yeah. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Oh shit! What was that voice? Objection! That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping? A lot of heart. What happened next, detective? I had to see the crime as fast as we could. I mean, what am I going to press on that? Of course they would. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was he doing? What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him there, then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Oh, facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. Let me look at my records here. We had a body, a lot of camera, autopsy, lake photo, overhead map, Gordy article. What's the map say? I'm curious. The map to Gourd Lake. Touch and check the button. I mean, the boat was there. The camping was there. Is that the Samurai hot dog stand? Okay, that's the boat rental. Well, who rented the boat, actually, when you think about it? There's where the camping. Where was the body found? Actually, is that a... Can I press on that? Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence. Oh, Jesus, I actually got a bullet. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Alright. Sorry, Your Honor. Okay, the murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ah, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order, order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accept into evidence. Holy shit, I'm getting all this evidence. And yet, I don't know. Members of the court. We now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective! Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking! To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Tisk, very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed! I can't do this voice for the entire part. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, order! Order! My courtroom's become a clown house.
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge!
Yes?
What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now!
But wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man!
Yes. Okay, this court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? What does he need a recess for? Oh man, someone's playing music outside. Screw you! It's because it's a nice sunny day. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at that time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh? How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. I need my waifu, sidekick, girlfriend, secretary. Should I even said that? Who cares? No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh? Oh, sorry. Whoops. Whoops, too, because I also skipped. I didn't miss much text.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Well, Mr. Lottahart, Miss Lottahart, take the stand. Are we also supposed to have the defendant also tell their side of the story? This is not supposed to be a one-side trial. I'm actually just thinking about that. The defendant almost never has anything to say. Isn't that part of the process? Or maybe I don't know law because I've never been to court. I've only seen court on TV. But the defendant should be able to say something at some point, I would think. What do I know? Lottahart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
He's always got these weird, like, befuddled eyes. Alright, what do you got, Lotta? It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents on the boat. Then, there was another bang. Why there were two bangs? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. That's short. Enough. Huh? Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accepted as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder.
Yes, I know. I've had that evidence for a while.
Order! I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So, the man in the boat, but the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Now hold on a second. If there were 2 shots, shouldn't there have been 2 pictures?
Order, order, order. I will have order.
Well, Judge.
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in his testimony? Very well. You have to. You may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court. You know, I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in his testimony? I have to say yes. I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right. Let's take him on. Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well.
I pray for his sake this isn't a waste of time.
I still question the 2-shot thing, because technically the camera should have gone off twice, right? Unless it takes a bunch of... Also, it's supposed to take a bunch of photos if the way Maya did it. It was received just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. Let's press on this one. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure.
Objection! You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless!
Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hit you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on that lake but that boat. There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here. Maya's really taking this hard. Was it on Christmas Eve just after midnight? Alright, let me look at my things here. I still am wondering about the first bang. We only have 1 photo. That was the bit after. 1 bullet shot to the heart. There's something bizarre about this, though. Well, monster sight at Gourd Lake. Touch the check. This is going to come into play at some point. I just don't know when. Set the automate take a picture when a loud noise is detected. It has to do with the loud noise, I think, because why would there be 1 bang? What was the first bang? You know, dropping my stick, even though I don't really need it. I was in my car. I'm about the press, you goddamn fool. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Let's press further. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research?
What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait now. I'm the one who says that.
Well, then say it already.
Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. I heard this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Ugh.
I think it's the bangs. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Press further. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Alright, so that's the point then. And there was another bang. It has to, there's something wrong with that phrase then. There's something here. It has to do with the photo because you can barely see anything in the photo. I wonder. No, it's not. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow.
It clearly... okay, no. See, I thought the photo could be proof because you can't really see in the photo. There's something with that statement. There's something here I have to present. Go ahead, map. Maybe it's the map. You see, here's the thing. There was a boat animation, but I can't seem to see it right now. Saw two gents in a boat. Is it the map? Has to do with her seeing them. I thought it might have been the picture at first. Let's try this out. Probably not it either. This evidence, yeah. No, it doesn't. I'm trying to think, because I know she didn't see them, but I'm trying to figure out... I'm really trying to figure out where this contradiction is. Man, these get really complicated. What do I present? Lotus camera? The camera feels like a weird thing. The autopsy report doesn't make sense. The bullet and the gun don't make any sense. They're not contradictions. Set to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected. Faces the lake. Let me press on this one again. Is this the one? Did you clearly see the two men? Uh-oh. That's further. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. Maybe it's the camera. He's hiding something about that. The only thing I can think of is the camera then. Because it was set specifically to look at that portion of the lake? No. What am I presenting? I know. The witness's statement is... What am I presenting, though? I have very few things I can present. Am I on the wrong track? It's like they're saying there's something here, but I can't see it. You know what? I just realized what I did wrong, maybe. No, did I? Can I present... If I press...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained.
Yes, of course.
Oh, great. Wow, I wasn't supposed to present... I was overthinking.
Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. This seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the test...
I don't want to go with just one left. I'm going to restart this because I'm going to die anyway. So I'm going to restart this and I'll meet you back here. I'm just going to edit out a bunch of stuff, actually. Alright, I'm back here again.
Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But, Your Honor...
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
Uh-huh. Nick, a lot of testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
And pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have to press on everything just in case because I thought I had evidence to present. I'm going to cut out a lot of material here of me wasting time. I thought that I could present something because I was sure of it. I forgot to check one last thing in press, so I lost a lot of health, so I had to redo all that stuff. And that's kind of annoying when I'm not really sure. I guess it's more on me. I should press on everything. I was trying to avoid that because I figured it was a cheap thing. But sometimes you have to press on everything because that's literally the only option. If you present something and you literally can't present anything, then you lose a lot of, I wouldn't call it health, but points. All right.
Who was that?
It was me. Maya.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Heart. Your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea of treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him. I swear it. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No. No. Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is the innocent.
Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong. Wrong.
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
Order, 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 order.
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. Defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Alright, hopefully I can actually present evidence this time and not have to... Okay, press everything first and make sure that I can actually present. Because that will get me down quite a bit. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
That last statement. Alright, I saw clear as day a man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. What will Maya say? I saw clear as day. Let's press on it. Clear as day, but it wasn't. Well, what about the other man?
You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it. If you can.
It's right after it. Oh shit! I'm getting penalized just for pressing. Actually, now I have to present. This is the only time they actually do that. It has to be the photo. You can't see anyone in it. Yeah, finally. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
No.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please.
Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart,
What?
could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Oh boy, here we go again. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. Binoculars?
You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. Now I'm allowed to press, I should be. What binoculars? That wouldn't help in the fog. Thick as grit. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back into the car. Sam, for what? Your camera? Yeah, it got an automatic. God damn it.
The issue we are concerned here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
He's not letting her answer any of my questions. It has plenty to do. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers?
The camera is irrelevant to this case.
You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning.
But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
I have no choice. Yes? Why is it for banks? This is a make or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue along my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. I don't care how many Von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. Yeah. It's the why would it... It was picked up to when a loud noise is detected. I believe that has to be it. That's literally the only thing I could think of, because if she's saving for a meteor shower, why would she need it to make loud noises? But I'm very, very afraid to press or present. There we go, good. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of stars, Miss Hart. Oof!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Show evidence? Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph with the lake? I'm gonna say it was this Gordy thing. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof of something? Let's see you prove that. I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy.
Ugh.
What do I put here? They put, I don't have proof. I really don't think I... What proof would I even have? The fact that it's taken a picture of the lake? I'm very nervous about this one. Because saying I have proof is basically convicting myself to the fact... Okay, the proof would either be the overhead map, which I don't think it is, but it could be, or the photo itself, which is taking a picture of the lake. I have proof? I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joke around this time, please.
Here is proof that the witness...
Here is proof that the witness...
It's the lake photo. Wouldn't it? Here's my proof. It's simple.
If it's simple, then why have you obviously made an error, Mr. Wright?
What do you mean an error? It's a... Go home. How could that be wrong, technically? I mean, it's either this or the overhead map? No, okay. I'm gonna lose again, aren't I? I might as well save. Actually, that might not be good either. The camera? I don't know who wrote this. Unless there is none. But now I can't back out. It's not. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. I thought it was the lake photo, I really did. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order, order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there and trying to take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are you all lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hey.
But she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing.
Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide that fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. He doesn't like me now. His new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at the university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time. Crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
What do you mean, objection? The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Markar's up to something. I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well. You may begin cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, and you must have something in your mind.
Huh. That would be a first.
Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? There's no problem with the testimony this time. We will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. God damn. Well, now would be a good time to save so I don't have to redo everything. I only do that to avoid redoing. So I'm going to save, yes. That's just so I don't waste time, because I'm going to have to redo the whole trial anyway. It's going to suspend the game and I'll continue here. Have to fill more time anyway. Continue from the save point. At first I thought the save point would go away, but it doesn't. Actually, I'm not a research student. I'm at university. I'm an investigative photographer. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at? Yep. I don't know. She heard a bang, and she thought Gordy was out there. I kinda doubt she would waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What do you give me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and heard another gunshot. I know it's another. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at the time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so. Nope. The lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore neither. I'd better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. There's one point he said put evidence. Let's just do everything. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm high-faulting enough to be called a manner of anything. That is weird. Okay, I did that. Let's just press everything, just in case. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah! They even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news Rumor of the Month show qualifies. Last month's show was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey! They also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real!
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. That's why I was camped by the lake, but that's all I was hiding. Why were you hiding it? Is that anything? I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, like be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case.
Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet. This is the one I think where I have to present some sort of evidence. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Or to watch the boat. Maybe it's time to present over there, it says. But what? What do I present? There wasn't much else to look at. Let's see, overhead map. It doesn't really show me anything.
I mean, when you say there isn't much to look at, the only thing I could say is, how can you spot the boat in such a big lake? You know what I mean? That's the only reason I would present something here. Nope. When the music stops. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness? Blah, blah, I'm not sure if all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I messed up. I'm very bad at these. Because the evidence is getting very flimsy that I'm working with here. You said it's supposed to present, but what am I presenting? There wasn't much to look at. There's very little I have. I mean, the bullet and the gun don't make any sense. I've already used the newspaper article, but I doubt there's anything on it. Giant life form appears in Gourd Lake. See from Larry Butts. It's either the camera again or the article. That's the only thing I could think of. I pressed on everything, I believe, right now. But which one is it? I'm not really sure yet. I mean, it's my last one, so I'd have to start again from that testimony part to begin with. Okay, it was the article. I don't really understand it, but whatever. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out on there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Ah! See, I knew it had to do with something about looking at the lake.
Order! Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Huh. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph, you got the proof.
Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who was shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality it might, but should let us see who's who. Oh, that. I forgot about that. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo will show something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean a prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do? Make her show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What do y'all think talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. There we go.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. He's hiding.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is. Alright, let's see it. Oh, you can't tell anything.
We still cannot see who is firing this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Like photo added to the court record. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. Ask for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done to any of us. That's why I request that she not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination...
It's over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. And I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object to the enlargement. Show other evidence? What other evidence would I even have? Object to the enlargement. I mean, this is my last hurrah in a way. Object to the enlargement? I mean, there's nothing to object. I could object to it, but what does that do? I don't have any other evidence I could even think of. The overhead map doesn't help. The pistol... Do the pistols match? Do the pistols match? Is that a hint? I mean, I'd say those pistols don't look very similar, but that's not even very helpful. Well... I don't have any other evidence. Let's object to it. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Okay, I actually have to find something here. I'd say it's the pistol, personally. I mean, you can't see much of the people. God damn, is that really how a pistol shoots? Try this.
Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter's strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts other piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence the left hand contradicts. Is it the pistol then? What do you say? Right hand. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man showing the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that though. That was dumb luck.
Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people at the lake at that night. What about you? Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Larry, the victim himself? Was it a suicide? No, I'm not presenting. The victim? There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! Order! So, you're saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't think of no other explanation.
Indeed. That seemed to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which she was shot. The distance? The Victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. Well, I didn't have that evidence. There was no way it could have been a suicide. Well, that's important evidence for me to know.
Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of your accuracy of your data?
Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated in the court record.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
That was another poor showing. Good them cutting out most of the crap. Yeah, because I have to edit this anyway. I'm editing out certain bad parts that I do really terribly on. Whew, that was a close one. It actually was. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I've yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If you didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? It's an apology, right? Tell her to watch what she says in court. Oh, that's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Edgeworth, jerk. I requisitioned the transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition has been added. I guess I'll end it here then. At least that saves my progress, and I don't have to redo all that. Holy crap! This game's a bit more tricky than I thought it would be. But I'm not going to continue on right now. I need a break. Alright, so I'll cut out all the crap that I messed up on, and I'll reconvene with you people next time. So long.